Yo, what up, Rom Sandboxers? It's your boy Atro here. Got another Atro attacks video for you. This is number 8. This is again against the clan Wretched Claw. This is another attack that I did against their number 4, Amy RB84. And the main thing I wanted to highlight here was we've had a lot of talk in the group me chat recently about using Valkyries in attacks. And I had mentioned that there are 2 different main varieties of Valks, which is GoVaHo and GoVaHo. So this ended up being a GoVaHo attack. So I wanted to share it with you. I'll caveat a couple things with this attack first, but the principles are the same, so you can use this and kind of put it in your arsenal. So let's go ahead and look at a scout of the base. So main reason I thought about Valkyries for this base, and one thing that you want to take into account is open compartments. Clearly this base has big open compartments. It's not segmented like a lot of the bases that you see. It's a ring base, so clear the defender here is trying to get you to go in a circle around the base, but at the same time there are a lot of defenses that are very close together, and if you can get into the core, everything's very close together, and that's where the Valkyries shine. They tend to focus on getting in between buildings and then doing massive damage. So my thought here with this base was, can I get Valkyries into the core here, then use some rage and some heals in order to basically wipe out the entire core. Once I do that, there's some defenses on the back end over here that are under-leveled for this town hall, in particular these cannons and archer tower. So I was thinking, once my units get around to that side of the base, maybe I could take just a small hog team and hopefully get some good value out of my hogs and clean up the back end of this base. So let's go ahead and go to the replay, and we'll talk about the army comp and how everything was deployed. So as you can see here, brought a lot of Valkyries for this attack. Let me caveat this first with, again, I'm a low Town Hall 10 at this point, but I have not upgraded any troops, and I've not upgraded my heroes or my army camps. So I still have Town Hall 9 size army camps, heroes that are under level 30, no max troops for Town Hall 10, but I do have an extra spell, so that is a big deal. So I wanted to mention that. But anyway, principles are still the same. The entry's still the same. Kill squad's still the same. Getting the funneling the Valkyries is still the same. So let's kind of go over the plan here. So first of all, what I wanted to do was actually, let's do this. Get a little bit closer there. Okay. So first thing I wanted to do here was I thought about, I need to figure out how I'm going to get into the core. And I decided to choose this side because the defenses were kind of sparse. So I knew I could bring in my golems on this side, and they could work their way up this way. So I sent in a golem, sent in 3 golems, very heavy golem team here because I wanted as much firepower to go away from the Valkyries as possible. So I sent 1 golem here, 1 here, 1 here, a couple wizards, like 1 or 2 wizards here, 1 here, and then I sent my wall breakers. I only needed 2. For purple walls, you only need 2 wall breakers. So I sent 2 here. I knew nothing would be shooting at them. And then basically, once I did that, I sent in both the heroes up this way. Queen for the clan castle and King to go in and do some damage in that core. And then I just sent my Valks in. So what you need to do when you think about Valk attacks, you gotta seal the edges and create a funnel. So I made sure that all these buildings, like so, in other words, this piece of the base, this piece of the base, were going to be close to gone by the time that I got there. That allowed me to drop a jump spell right in this area, just touching both. And what the Valkyries actually did was, and this is another reason that you kind of have to figure out where the Valkyries will go in a base, is the Valkyries came over, I believe, and stopped right here and destroyed both of these buildings. But instead of going towards this building, they retargeted these 2 buildings right here because they were close together. So the Valkyries will sit right in the middle and destroy them. After that, they looked again. Actually, let me back up here. Back up this way. The Valkyries then looked from this area. They looked right to here. So my Valkyries went from here to here and then right into the middle of the base. Exactly what you want to try and do. Clan Castle had already come out at that point. It was a lava hound, so I knew there was going to be a good amount of just sitting and shooting from the wizards. But once the Valkyries got into the core, I took a rage right here and then put a heal right over top of them. So a heal rage is very important for Valkyries because if you can keep their HP up and increase their speed, they're very, very deadly. So they started destroying all these buildings. They moved up into this area, basically had destroyed the entire core, but I was able to put a second, I think I put my other rage right here and my other heal right here, and that allowed them to completely destroy this entire core. At that point, all of this was gone. All of this was gone, and my golems were over here turning the corner. So I still had all 3 golems up, not a single one died, which maybe means I brought too many. That's very possible, in which case I would have brought a lot more hogs, but it didn't matter in this case. So, okay, so yeah, my golems ended up going in this direction, around this way. So I sent hogs right here. In hindsight, I should have waited just a little bit to get the targeting here. Could have been a big deal, but in this case it wasn't. So the hogs kind of came in this way, worked this way, worked over here, and actually by the time they had gotten to these archer towers, they were all gone. But I had 3 golems beating down these last 2 defenses. From there, I just sprinkled in some minions, I think I had a couple wizards left, and some archers to get these edge storages, which are a problem if you don't take care of them and dedicate a couple units. But other than that, I mean, I think it's pretty straightforward. Really what we want to look at is the entry of the Valkyries. Let's go ahead and start the attack. You can see stuff is shooting. Wall breakers go in. Brought 2 wizards out. Wanted to make sure I tried to get rid of that wizard tower. 3rd golem goes in. Queen is down. Lava Hound comes out. And then put a couple more wizards in, then just drop my Valkyries. Now watch closely here as they go to this building. They stop. They could easily move over to these other 2 buildings, to the Dark Elixir storage, but they decided to turn upwards and go into the base. Perfect. Dropped a poison for the pups. Here they move into the base, and I have a rage to speed them up immediately. I've already lost a couple. But you can see they went straight to the queen first, then came back for the town hall and the expo. Now I'm going to get another rage to speed them up on the back end here. As soon as these go down, I drop another heal. Basically, the core is all gone now. I have lost a lot of Valkyries, but my queen is doing a lot of work. You can see my golems are right at the corner there, just punching along, taking out the cannons and such. You can see now that I brought my hogs. Actually, so I targeted them on the wizard tower. So I did have them down there a little bit earlier than I anticipated earlier. What I said earlier, I guess. Now they're working on the archer tower. Too bad the golems were just a little too slow. At this point, I already have my cleanup troops working on the outside because I know that if I don't start archers early, they take forever. You can see now I just have 3 golems left, but there's no chance they're not going to punch through these last 2 defenses, especially wizard towers. They're very, very weak. And at this point, it's just a race against time. Once that goes down, start to speed it up. I did end up having 1 Valkyrie left over, had a wizard left over, then dropped my last minion, and now it's just cleanup. You can see this attack would have been completely different. Probably a 1-star, maybe a 2-star if the Valkyries don't funnel correctly, and that's what can go wrong with Valkyries. But overall, hope this helps you do GoVaHo. Give it a try. Let me know how everything's turned out. If you need tips and tricks, I'm always willing to help. And otherwise, like this video, comment on it, subscribe it. Let me know what you think, and see you guys in the next video. Thanks.